And welcome to Nourish Senior Life. My name is Erica Rendon, owner of Comfort Keepers Barrie. I am very excited about today's cooking show. I'm very honored as well to have Meals on Wheels join us today. Comfort Keepers wants to spread the word on choices for our seniors living in the community on making healthy choices at home. Meals on Wheels delivers a multitude of different types of meals that cater to different diets and different specific needs of our senior population. Thank you to Al, our manager. He will be cooking up a delicious coconut curry lamb, and a wonderful thanks as well to Eve Laws at Loblaws Canada.
Our mandate at Red Cross is to help vulnerable people throughout Canada and around the world by mobilizing the power of humanity. That's more or less our mission statement. And out of our Barrie office, we do a lot of programs for seniors. I'm with the Community Health and Wellness programs, which have programs designed to help seniors stay living in their homes comfortably for as long as possible. We have 4 different programs. We've got transportation, helping the seniors get to and from appointments. That's probably our biggest one. We also have a couple social programs, friendly visiting and telephone assurance, which provide some social interaction as well as connection to the seniors that are isolated. And we've got Meals on Wheels. The meals are an entree, soup, dessert, and milk. Clients can choose what they'd like to eat. They don't get to choose exactly what they're getting, but they get to choose what they can't eat or don't like to eat. So we can accommodate any dietary needs or preferences that they may have. Then we have volunteers that actually bring the meals out to the clients. Many of our clients are still able to cook their own meals at some points, but they don't want to do it every day, so the Meals on Wheels can be a nice break. But for the days when they want to cook for themselves, we have a great little cooking show going on here today at Amica.
Thanks everybody for coming again to Nourish Senior Life Cooking Show. We're going to be doing a lovely coconut curry lamb today, and I want to thank Amica for providing us with this lovely kitchen, Eve Laws for being our dietitian who's going to cook a nice lovely meal for us over here as well after, and brought to you by Comfort Keepers. So first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to take about half of my curry and a little bit of water, and I'm going to mix it up and put it right into my lamb. So put a little bit of yellow curry in there. The recipe calls for about 1 tablespoon, so I'm going to use about half. Whoops, maybe a little more than that. And a bit of turmeric. In there. And then I am going to put, this here is cumin, which is another type of curry, so I'm going to put about half of that in there, and then a little bit of crushed coriander. I'm going to mix that up with some water, and then I'm going to soak my lamb right in that. Make it taste really good, give it lots of flavor, and let the lamb kind of soak up the flavor while I heat up some onions and garlic. And we want to get our lamb all mixed in the curry to give it more flavor. Like that there. And we'll let that sit for a minute in the juices while we heat up the pan. We're going to use some coconut oil because this is a coconut curry, so we're going to kind of stick to the tradition of lots of different types of coconut in this. A bit of coconut oil in there, not too much. Heat that up a little bit. And then we are going to add in some garlic and some purple onions to give it a bit of flavor. Chop the garlic all up nice and fine. Get the max amount of flavor out of it we can get. And then we're going to throw that into the pan. So curry dishes are always supposed to be nice and vibrant, and what we're going to do here is we're going to make one that's not a hot curry dish. So we're going to make a more mild flavored, creamy, very thick, creamy dish that tastes super good. I hope. We're going to let everybody try it, and then you guys can be the critics. Garlic in there. And our purple onions, and then we're just going to try and get that mixed in and get the flavor of the onions and the garlic right in there. Can everybody see in the mirror here? Or is my big head in the way? All right. There we go. Starting to sizzle a little bit now. Mix our curry lamb up a little bit. Usually I do this dish with chicken, but I thought I'd do something a little bit different. And lamb is a really nice tender meat to work with. So we're going to use lamb this time. And then with this, like a lot of dishes, you know, if you like spicy, all you have to do is add a little bit of cayenne pepper in there, and you got a little bit more spice. I'm going to put a few red peppers in it, but it's not going to give it a hot flavor. We're kind of going for creamy and coconut flavor. And then hopefully really tender lamb. And then we're going to put this lamb right in there. And all we're going to do is kind of brown it up a little bit on both sides and get a little bit cooked on the outside to keep the tenderness of the lamb into it. So we got it cooking pretty good now. And we're going to add in this little bit of water here. And then I'm going to slice the tomatoes and just kind of toss them in. Okay, we'll just throw those right in. And then this gives it lots of extra flavor, lots of extra color. Mix that all up a little bit. And then we don't want to overcook the lamb too much because it's going to cook and simmer a bit right in the coconut milk that we're going to put in here, which is a fantastic flavor to add into this. And then I'm also going to add something that's kind of a little bit my own, is I also add in some shaved coconut, actual fresh shaved coconut. So I think it just gives a really good flavor. All right, and we'll whisk that around. So this is when we can kind of just add the rest of the flavors in. Shaved coconut, which I absolutely love. I'm going to put that right in there now. And then we're going to put the rest of the crushed coriander, the rest of the cumin. I over poured that a little bit, so I'm going to go a little light on that. And then a bit more curry. And you don't have to worry about really dousing it with curry. When you put the coconut milk in, it kind of makes it look really light, but the longer it simmers, the more vibrant the color will get. And then a little bit of cinnamon to give it that sweet flavor, sweet kind of nutty flavor. And then some ginger powder. stir that up a little bit. Turn that down to about medium, and we're going to simmer this for about 20 minutes. And just kind of get that curry really thick, which will just reduce the milk in the water a little bit. And I'm going to put a few pepper flakes in here. Don't worry, it won't be too spicy. That's it. Chop up a little bit of cilantro. And then we'll get that green, nice earthy flavor into it. And you can see it simmering. You kind of just want to simmer it lightly. Like that there. And then with all that stuff in there, you should really start to be able to smell it. Everyone can smell it out there?
Yes.
Oh, good. And there it is. Lots of color in there. All right, I think we're ready to let everybody have a bit of a taste here. It's okay?
It's so good.
It's a little bit of a twist on the East Indian food.
Yeah, yes, it is so nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
good. Bit of
Wonderful,
creamy, not too,
wonderful.
how's the lamb?
Oh, lamb is so tender, so delicious.
Good, awesome, I love it.
Very good.
You like it, it's okay? Good?
Lamb is tender and it's great. It's not too spicy or anything, it's just
Cream, more of a creamy
very
flavor than a
creamy.
spice.
Yeah, very good. Thank
Good.
you.
Yeah, very happy. Everybody got to try something a little bit different, and that was the idea, because today was for Meals on Wheels. So we went outside to a little bit more of a complicated curry dish. Thanks everybody for coming, and we're going to pass it over to Eve Laws.
So thank you, Al. That was really yummy. I'm a fan of anything with coconut milk. So my name is Eve, and I'm a registered dietitian for Zehrs and Loblaws. So I thought with the curry dish, it'd be nice to have something hydrating and delicious. So today I'm making a sweet tomato and watermelon feta salad. So first things first, we have to pick our watermelon. And I find a lot of people don't know what to look for when you're picking watermelon. So you want to pick a watermelon that's heavy for its size, and you actually want to see a yellow spot, because that means the watermelon has a chance to fall off the tree and ripen on the ground. So it's a great way to get a perfect watermelon. So as a dietitian, I love watermelon because it's a very hydrating food. So watermelon is 92% water, which is really good for hydration. So as we age, sometimes we tend to become a little bit dehydrated. And hydration is so important for so many things. It's important for cell function, for memory. It's also good to prevent constipation, right? So people always think of getting water from water, but you can also get it from food, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your watermelon, you're gonna cut it up into little chunks like that. So yummy. And I got some already done here. Watermelon, it's also a great source of lycopene, and that's an antioxidant that has been thought to be protective against prostate cancer. So absolutely amazing. It's my favorite summer fruit. So with that, we're going to add some nice sweet cherry tomatoes. So I know it kind of sounds weird, watermelon with tomatoes, but I promise you it is amazing. So we have about 2 cups of watermelon and about 1.5 cups of cherry tomatoes. And it's quite interesting because they are very similar in color and very similar in nutrition too. Like tomatoes are also an amazing source of lycopene, that amazing antioxidants. So with that, we are going to add avocado. We love avocado for its monounsaturated fat. It's my favorite. So good for your skin too. Then we're gonna add about 1 cup of feta cheese, right? I like this pre-crumbled feta cheese because it's super easy, super convenient. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna add about 1 cup. I always like to reserve a little bit for the end because it looks really pretty on top, right? Perfect. So now that we've got our saltiness of the feta cheese and the sweetness of the watermelon, we're gonna add a shallot. So a lot of times for seniors or for people cooking for 1 or 2, I recommend getting shallots because they're smaller, they're sweeter, and they're very versatile. I like them in salads because they are a little bit milder and sweeter. So you want to take 1 shallot and make it nice and fine. That's going to add some nice depth to our dish. And then basil. So basil is my favorite summer herb. It's very fresh, very delicious. So we're gonna add about 1/4 cup in. And to chop basil, what I usually recommend is just to roll it up. And then just take your knife and just like that. And you get the nice thin, they call it chiffonade. It's very beautiful. It's a great garnish for your dish, right? So we're gonna reserve this for the top because it's nice to sprinkle the garnish on top. So that's our nice basil for on top, okay? And for the dressing, it's very simple. You just add a little bit of olive oil and just a little splash of vinegar. You honestly don't need the vinegar, but it just helps freshen up the dish. Okay, so a little bit of that. And just a little bit of vinegar, and I'll add that in a second. Perfect. So look how beautiful that is. It's such a great salad to bring to, you know, a barbecue or, you know, just to make a simple salad yourself. Sometimes at the grocery store, if you don't want to lug a big watermelon home, I like to buy the ones that are just cut up in little chunks. It's so easy. Perfect. And then we'll take our reserved feta cheese, sprinkle it on top for a nice garnish. And then our lovely basil. Perfect. And I wanted to give everyone one more idea. So any leftover watermelon you have, use it in infused water. So I have one done up right here. It's just leftover chunks of watermelon and basil, because again, hydration is so important, especially in the summer, okay? Every chemical reaction that happens in our body is possible with water, right? We can only actually survive a couple days without water. So this is a great way to stay hydrated in the nice summer months, and also get your nutrition in. So who wants to try? All right. All right, so I'll serve it up right now. Perfect. So, how did you like it? Yeah?
It was very good.
Have you ever tried watermelon with feta cheese before?
No, I haven't, but it's great.
Right?
Awesome.
Yeah, it's nice because it's sweet and salty a bit, right?
Different.
I'll get you while you're eating. How do you like it?
Fine.
It's fun? Good. How do you like it? Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, it's a nice different way to use watermelon, right? Because sometimes we buy watermelon, we don't know exactly what to use with it.
It's so yummy.
That's great for the summertime, right?
Yeah.
It's a good way to get your hydration through food, right? So would you chill? I know, it sounds like it's weird, but it actually tastes really good. It actually goes really well together.
Yummy.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Just want to thank everybody for coming. You know, it was really happy to come here again to Amica. It's a great place to shoot. You guys are always a wonderful audience, and thanks to Eve Laws.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I hope you got some new recipe ideas, and I hope to see you again soon.
Good. Right on.
Yeah.
Now you can clap. Thanks, guys.
As a registered dietitian, I teach people how healthy eating can be nutritious and delicious. It's really important for seniors to make sure that they're having a balanced diet, because as we age, certain vitamins and minerals we actually need a little bit more of. And as we age, unfortunately, because cooking for one or two or just having loss of appetite, we tend to decrease our intake. So, you know, as a dietitian, I really try to make simple and easy meals that are really nutrient dense, right? We want to make sure we're getting our protein, our calcium, vitamin D, B12. But at the end of the day, we eat food and not just nutrients, right? So I try to, you know, teach people how to pick healthy meals that are delicious. So I really, you know, like being part of this cooking program because, like I mentioned, you know, we don't eat nutrients, we eat food, right? And so it's really good to get meal inspiration and ideas. And I really hope to increase awareness of dietitian services available in the community. So I work at the local Zayres on Cundles and the Loblaws on Bayfield Street, and most Zayres and Loblaws have dietitians. So if you ever have a question regarding maybe you're newly diagnosed with diabetes or you need to get more protein, you know, come to the pharmacy and ask to talk to the dietitian, or you can go online to bookadietitian.ca. As a dietitian at the grocery store, I also work with the whole family, right? So as we age, you know, it's sometimes harder to get to a grocery store. So we work with family members to think of ways that, you know, your family can have more calcium, have more protein, have more B vitamins, right? So, you know, I'll just give families like healthy swap ideas for recipes and meal ideas, right? Because we can get very stuck in the same meal every day. So it's really good to, you know, talk to a professional about ways to maybe add more potassium in your diet or add more calcium, vitamin D, because that's really important vitamins for seniors. I know sometimes when you want to improve your health and nutrition, it can be overwhelming these days, right? There's almost too much information, but what I like to do is streamline it, make it easy and simple for you, and just teach you how it can be simple and it can be easy. And, you know, I'm always here to help be your accountability coach and motivate you to keep going towards your goals.